Hello, boys and girls. It's
Good
been a minute.
mornings.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And to risk of not continuing in order to not get sued, although those were back in Minkia uses days where we were getting sued and serving papers just because oh, you're using our likeness and our stuff, whatever. So I just avoid that. As you can see, we are all in paraphernalia today,
Yes.
representing the podcast.
New logo.
Jonathan is actually representing the podcast. I'm representing the parent company. Oh, by the way, this is the Husky Bible podcast.
Well, they
By
don't
the way,
know that by now. I mean,
yeah, like if you don't know, then
you
you
clicked on
stumbled
the link.
upon
You
us.
clicked on the link. I mean,
No, and you stumbled upon us by mistake, and for that we apologize.
uh,
Ah, so how's been your couple of weeks? Because it's been a
it
couple of weeks.
it's been fulfilling. Always something to do. Every time we wanted to record, it's like,
Hmm.
oh, sorry, buddy. You know,
Life.
life.
Yeah, life decides for us now what to do. Like we
Yeah,
don't, we have no choice in this matter. We have no say in this matter. We have absolutely no vote. Like we want to record on life. I'm like, that's cute.
yeah. Hold my beer.
That's cute. Let me bring this U-turn here for you. Let me detour you a few miles.
It's just crazy, man. But
It is what it is. But here we are. We haven't quit. There is no quit in us. I mean, if Minky Juice still wants to build a company, even after everything that's gone to, and then who are we to throw in the towel? I mean, we got Rocky back here somewhere. Yeah, I got a Rocky figure here. He's the epitome of don't quit. Just get punched. Have your brainal capacities be questionable for the rest of your life, but you didn't quit. You don't quit.
just come on, like just leave it alone. Just I mean, like, dude, what are you? Almost 80? Like, just
You
enjoy
remember?
retirement. I mean, yeah, you had to pay a little chump change to TKO, but
Uh,
just
by
be
the
good.
way, I mean, he is our quote unquote benefactor in some ways.
Yeah,
So
but
this always ends up going back to him in some way or compassion. But actually, Miss Grant, the lady who opened this can of worms that provoked all this current situation for Mr. Minky Juice, she is countersuing. She ain't quitting. She ain't quitting. She wants to pursue this to the full end. And she is now bringing a couple of people that were not in the original defamation.
nice. She got that
And
money.
she is bringing now Michael P.S. Hayes, who is one of the head writers in WWE right now, and a certain person that we were mentioning earlier, a Brock Lesnar.
But
So
wasn't he in the
no,
original?
he was mentioned but not put in the mixed. Now he is being added into the mix.
Hmm. Well,
I
we
mean,
shall see.
she's like trying to get more her bang for the buck, I guess. No puns. No puns. No puns. No
Yeah, I
puns.
guess so. I
No puns.
mean,
No, we're not going to use any puns here. We're not going to use any puns.
I
Uh,
mean, hey, go get it. Go get what you think is yours. I mean, like we said, we
I
don't
mean,
quit. She ain't quitting.
he Vince did not get scotch free. He did have to pay some money to. Well, he paid what
What the
he
pocket that
took.
he has in his the money that he has in his pocket every day?
Yeah.
Guy's
Look.
worth 3.2 billion. Come on.
I don't make the judgment system, the judicial system of this country. I have no say in the matter. Uh, uh, it is what it is. I mean, there's certain people that would accuse Diddy for the fires in the Palisades this past month just because they burned all the evidence on his impending trial. And to those people, I would say that's just happenstance,
Well,
incredible bad luck. that
what I was hearing is that they said that it was man started.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like by the command of Diddy. That's all I'm saying.
This,
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
saying
put it past them.
like Diddy just gave a dude a $500 bill and like torch this place up.
Nah, you still got family out on the outside.
And
Just
again,
think
for like
about it. His
500 bucks.
kids basically have like no money right now. All his assets and everything are frozen.
Hmm. Look, we're getting conspiracy
Oh, we could do this
territory.
all day, bro. I mean, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna get to conspiracy theory territory. Like we can talk about this till the cows come home. The end of the day, it's messed up situation what happened in California. Unfortunately, a lot of people lost their homes. Uh, I even saw a video when Mel Gibson found out in real time that his house was being burned down by the fires. He was in some sort of conference, and he was talking with
wow,
Russell Brand, and he was like in a table sitting next to Russell Brand, and he looked at his phone. He's like, "Oh damn." He found out in real time, like, my house just burned down. He said it like that. He just said it nonchalantly, like that. My house just burned down. And I heard Joe Rogan say that he had like books from the 1600s in his collection, in his library, in his house, and all got burned down.
wow,
So those are like
irreplaceable.
irreplaceable books, like from the 1600s. That's like from the times from the King James Bible.
Crazy.
That's a lot of people back. That's a whole lot of people going back.
Yeah, that's crazy. How
Hmm.
I mean, a lot of people just went by their house and it was just like
Ashes.
ashes. It was just gone. It was nothing
I
left for
mean,
them to even.
you guys might be listening to us and like that happened like a few weeks ago. Like, well, you guys, it's been a couple of weeks since we reconnected,
It
so
hasn't.
there's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, but it's still happening every single day. So no matter if it happened a couple of weeks ago or not, it's still relevant to today. I mean,
Yeah,
the fires are still going. It's not out.
I last I heard it
So
was like 68% down.
that's
Last
still
I
a lot of
heard.
fire.
I mean, you only got 68% of it. Like, there's still a good chunk of it left that can do some damage, and unfortunately, the area affected, the winds do not help, and that's basically what got that
That's
area.
what spread it.
Yeah, that's
It's
what spread it. That's what got it. That's what messed it up. So you're like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, it's a very unfortunate situation. Heart goes out to everybody that were affected. I mean, we mentioned it before last time. January was a hold my beer month.
it
it
was
was
just
it
it was
was
just a bad
horrible.
month.
It was horrible. Like 2025 was like y'all were complaining about all those previous 4 years. Where do you get a load of me?
Yeah,
It's like,
it's I don't know what this year has in store. I mean, it was just like, all right, I'll be back. Like,
no, it came
it's like
back
you
with a
think you guys were
vengeance.
done? Think you
Like,
guys were done? Nah,
so
I'm here.
I'm telling people, like, y'all should like figure it out by now that life is not gonna get easier. It's just gonna get more complicated. Things are just gonna get complicated. It's just the way things are. So you just gonna have to take everything with a grain of salt and be like, you just concentrate on you. But this is not a motivational podcast. This is more us shooting the breeze. So let's go into the shooting the breeze. I mean, we did have to acknowledge everything that's happened in the past couple of weeks, but let's go into our normal diatribe. That whatever the word says, I'm not a lexicon here. Uh, we normally talk about our bread and butter, which is wrestling,
Yes, sir.
and a lot of things have happened in the world of wrestling as of late. Ooh, Jesus, a whole lot of things. We had the Royal Rumble recently, and people were poo pooing or had a very sad face because two people won the respective men's, women's, and men's Royal Rumble matches. In the women's side, Charlotte Flair came back and she won the women's Royal Rumble. And people are not happy about that because it's Charlotte Flair. I'll have my 2 cents about that later. And also on the men's side, people were mad at the time. I think it's changing now. The public opinion is changing a little bit now, somewhat. That Jey Uso won the men's Royal Rumble, and the last person he eliminated was John Cena, which was what everybody wanted him to win. Everybody wanted Cena to win because Cena made known that this will be, in fact, his last active wrestling year with WWE, so he will be retiring after this year. So this was going to be his last run in WWE.
So him winning would have done what? Like,
Exactly.
do you think
So
that he was gonna go on to WrestleMania, win there, and then carry out the championship until the end of the year, and then he's like, "Okay, I forfeit it. Here you go."
look, this
Like,
is the thing. This is the thing. I'm gonna go first with the Jey Uso thing because that's the one that I feel the most. Because I remember when I didn't watch the pay per view. I was busy, but when I got the news, my news feed, I was like, sweet. I was genuinely happy. You know why? Because Jey Uso represents to me like the road less traveled, like the old school way how you earn things. If you look at the old, I've been watching wrestling since I had time immemorial. You know, there was color when I was a
yeah,
kid, so I'm not gonna go back in black and white, but there was color. So,
you sure?
but yeah, yeah, I'm sure. My memory serves me correct. I mean, even my kids' pictures are in color, so that tells you something. Anyway, don't let the beard fool you. I mean, I know it's white, but uh, uh, like I was saying, the old school way of how you got up in the business was that you started out from the bottom and you worked yourself your way up to the ladder. You worked yourself up to the totem pole. Wrestlers like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Edge, they were all started in tag teams. They started out low,
Mm,
and then slowly but surely, they did their time in the company. They then did their singles run. They got a few mid card titles like the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, all those titles, and then eventually they went to the top. They got to the top level, and those are the ones that you say those are the guys that got up naturally. Like they weren't force fed on you. They were not forced upon you. You didn't feel like these guys. Like, what is this guy doing here? Why all of a sudden I'm getting this guy as the main guy, as the main focus of my of the programming? Like, what has he done? He's been here for like a minute. Whereas these other guys that I just mentioned, they worked their way out to the top, and you felt like you were, if you've been watching their journey since day one, you felt like you went with them to that journey, and you're like, this feels right because the dude worked his behind off to get to the position that he's at. So I feel that way with Jay has been in the company for over 10 years, and he's worked his behind off. Everywhere he goes is all the yeets. You know, his merch is one of the top selling merch in WWE. The live crowds love him. People chant for him even when he's not in the show. So you tell me if the guy's over. You tell me if the guy has it. And quite frankly, he's one of the most talented guys in his whole family. And we're talking about a family that includes Roman
Indeed.
Reigns, The Rock, Rikishi, Umaga, the list goes on and on. Like there is no weak link in that family, with certain exceptions. I'm looking at certain people. I'm not going to mention anyway. uh, that whole family is like goaded. It's like touched by the hand of God in terms of wrestling. Those guys, they do not suck at wrestling. And Jay, for me, is one of the best guys in in that whole family that can do it. And when I found out he won, I was so happy for him. And the emotions that he showed on Raw on Netflix, the dude was crying during his promo. He cried. He was even stuttering because it's like a weight was lifted off his shoulder. Like finally, I got to the point that I needed to get in my career, and I'm so happy for him. And whoever poo pooed on him, like forget you. Like you, then you a hater. Like oh, Cena, it should have been Cena. Cena's been champion 16 times. He's been champion 16 times. 16. 16. Okay? Like one war won't hurt him. And at this point of his career, I think he's shown it in the last like 5 or 6 years that he's not about gaining his stuff. He's more about giving to other guys. He's put more people over in the last 6 years than a jabroni. Like he's putting people over. He's just making people look good nowadays. That's his job right now, and that's the job of an old wrestler. When he leaves, he has to leave. He has to put somebody over so they can take his spot. So all of you who are calling for Cena to win, like, and besides, Cena can win the championship in his last night and then retire. Like, time, there's enough time still. We still got into December for Cena to do whatever, and I'm not calling for him to win. It's a nostalgia pill if he takes a championship. I don't think he will because I don't think that's his
Nah, he's
style.
done. He's done. He's done winning.
No,
Like you said,
he's like he's just gonna give you this little last hurrah so you can see him in live events, take a picture with him with the jorts, and that's it. Then he's off to Hollywood making money, being peacemaker,
yeah,
and that's it. Yeah.
he's
So kudos on Jey Uso for winning the men's Royal Rumble, and now my short diatribe for Charlotte Flair. First of all, I do not hate Charlotte. It is not her fault she is that damn good in the wrestling business. She has it. She's a natural she got into the business naturally. I mean, yes, she's Ric Flair's daughter, but you have to understand her backstory. She didn't want to be a wrestler. She was a volleyball player. She did not had any inkling about wrestling whatsoever. When her younger brother Reed died, she took up wrestling in honor of him, and she said, "I'm going to do this for him because he didn't get to live his dream. So I'm going to live it for him." And without her being like naturally driven for wrestling, I would dare say, and you can fight me on this, she is the best wrestler, female wrestler in the world. She's the best. She is absolutely the best. I'm sorry, whoever hates it, fight it if you want to,
you
dread it
saying
if you
of
want
all
to.
time or right now?
As of right now,
Oh,
as of right now, she is the best. As of this moment, right now, she is the best, in my opinion. And she got 14 titles to prove that point. And there's a reason why the company goes to her. It's not because she's Ric Flair's daughter. By the way, Ric Flair has not been in the company for over 2 years. So Ric Flair has no pull or no skin in the game. Okay? So whoever wants to say, oh, because it's Ric Flair's daughter. Ric Flair has burned more bridges than any other human being on earth. So it's not out of loyalty to Rick, okay? It's not out of loyalty to Rick. It's just the fact that she is that damn good. She's suffering from Triple H itis, from back in the day. You hated Triple H. You hated him. Why? Because as he used to say, I am that damn good. That's how he used to say it.
If you
I
hated
am that
him,
damn good.
that means he did his job. That was his
Exactly.
job,
Exactly.
and now he's
So
banking on it.
exactly. So be mad at her all you want. She's the best wrestler. Having said all of that, now did I poo poo over her? No, I defended her, right? Having said all of that, it should have been somebody else. Now, who it would have been? That's the problem. That's another problem. They have not built up that female roster well enough yet because everybody that should be a champion is a champion already. Rhea Ripley is a champion on Raw. Tiffany Stratton is the champion on SmackDown. Those are the two favorites on each side. So you already like, okay, mission accomplished. You're like, who's gonna change? Who's gonna chase the title? Charlotte's coming back. Well, she's a solid hand. She's a go to getter. She's a solid place to go to. So okay, so let's stick it to her. I understand the mentality because she's a tried and true statement, and whether she's a good guy or a bad guy, or a good girl or a bad girl in this case, uh, she gets the job done, and she knows how to manipulate the crowd. She knows how to have them in the palm of her hand, like she did on Monday. On Monday, she started off trying to do a good guy promo, but the crowd was just booing, giving her a sea of boos because they're tired of her. Like the same thing we were, like the old saying, "How can I miss you? You don't go away." Right? How can I miss you? You don't go away. In her case, she's been away for a minute. She's
She was
been away
hurt,
for like
wasn't
a
she?
year. She was hurt. Yeah, she like her ligaments in her left knee blew out from a match, and she had been recuperating for over a year. So it's been a minute since she been back. But people are like, "Oh, Charlotte again? Her again? Again?" But again, I don't see the problem. One side, but another side, WWE should really start like seeing how they start booking and elevating these girls that they have because they have a lot of girls in the roster. And I get it. Rhea Ripley is very popular, and they put the title on her, so good. Other than that, and Tiffany Stratton also as well. But in terms of SmackDown and Raw, who are you elevating? And the good thing that they did now is that they made mid card titles, the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title for the women, which it's been long overdue. They should have done that a long time ago because now the roster is big enough that there's enough wealth to be shared. So you give each person something to do and have everybody entertained. Now I do think that they should have the tag titles for the women, one for Raw and one for SmackDown, because one women's tag titles for both brands, that's like you're pushing it. Like have it exactly like the men. Like the men have a Raw championship and a SmackDown championship. Have it for the women as well. Don't be sharing that wealth like that. And I mean NXT. Uh, right now NXT the women's roster is loaded. Like that women's roster is. Whew, I pity those girls when the girls on Raw and SmackDown when those girls get back and get up in those rosters because it's just gonna eat them up. Because right now NXT is cooking with all cylinders in the women's roster. That like I would dare say the best female roster in all of wrestling is NXT's. I would dare say that NXT's is the best women's roster right now, in my opinion, on any brand. Like I'm talking about TNA, AEW, whatever. It don't matter. NXT has the best female roster right now on paper, right now. And when those girls get up in the system, whoo, Lord Jesus, it's just gonna be a wrecking crew because they got top talent. Shawn Michaels has been cooking with all cylinders. He's like, it's that's why they got the Chef Michaels hat on because they call him the chef now because he's just cooking. The man is cooking, and WWE is in such great position. I'm so happy for the company. Not to say the same with AEW. We're not going to mention that, but I've spoken enough. You want to say something?
No, I mean, doesn't mean that if you win the Rumble that you're guaranteed a title. Like, yes, you guaranteed a title shot. Doesn't mean you're gonna win. So complaining that these two won the Rumble to me is like, what are you doing? Like, oh yeah, Jay's gonna go to WrestleMania and win it outright, or Flair is gonna go to WrestleMania and win it outright. It's what 3 months away. Like
Yeah,
anything can happen in between there.
yeah. Now,
So
if you ask me for my predictions, Jay's gonna win it because it's time. It's they've been teasing Jay so damn much. They've been teasing him so much. He finally has to win it. He has to. Like you can't do the Cody thing with him. Like it's not about finishing the story. It's just that it's time. It's time. With Charlotte, she can eat an L. It doesn't affect her in the least. She can just elevate people. I think she's in a point now in her career that she's seen a level. Like she don't need the championship. She's bigger than the championship to an extent. And says that she already got a name. And it's not because of her dad. It's because she earned her name. She has her own hinge. She wrote her own name in history right now. Like you can honestly think about her and not equate it. Oh, Ric Flair's daughter. No, she has her own thing. She is her own thing right now. The fact that they share a last name is irrelevant to the fact that she is damn good at her job. She is extremely good. Like I said, she is great at her job, and no, she's just gonna elevate somebody. That's all. She'll eat the L. I'll say it. She'll eat the L, but not Jay. Not Jay. Jay got to win it all, and I'm guessing he's gonna go against Gunther. That's what I'm guessing, because Cody's gonna have his hand full with either Roman or CM Punk or Seth Rollins, or it's gonna be a four way. Who knows? Or Cena. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. WWE is cooking now something and that's something I said in the chat with the guys that we normally chat about wrestling. I said the best thing about wrestling right now, it's unpredictable, and it hasn't been unpredictable in a minute. Because you remember back in the day, I used to tell you like, "Oh, this is gonna happen." You were like, "Damn, it didn't happen." I'm like, because it's predictable as all heck. It's like you can go to sleep for a year and you could have predicted the whole year in wrestling because it was just so boring, predictable. You could have gone to sleep and it just happened. Now it's unpredictable, and I like that. I like not knowing. I like it. Like you enjoy like this is gonna be a very personal thing. I'm gonna say to you. You like it when people don't spoil a movie for you, right? You love it, don't you?
I
Like
love
I
it,
love
man.
not knowing it.
Yeah,
I love not knowing it. I don't need another fat dude right next to me telling me, "Oh, this is gonna happen."
gotta make sure that I don't watch. You don't watch any movie before me, so we could watch that together. Because
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
So we
by
can
the
go with
way,
it. Like
this happened. Like, bro,
you're
can I
not
just
gonna
watch
let
the
that
movie,
go.
please?
You're
Thanks.
not gonna let that go. You're not gonna let that go.
Anywho, well, let's congratulate Mister Helmsley on his Hall of Fame
Oh yeah,
because he wouldn't have done
very
it himself.
very much well earned. Let me just say that his career was Hall of Fame. Look, regardless if he is the guy in charge of WWE, his career was Hall of Fame regardless of all of that. And it wasn't because he married the boss's daughter. Maybe it helped a little. But
No,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
that dude.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
No, no, no. Going past that. It's like he reminds me of like LeBron. Like some people hate the dude, but give him his respects. Like Triple H was never a good guy. Like it, when he was at his greatest, he wasn't like the favorite. So he played his part to a T. Like, so him not being in the Hall of Fame until now is like, what were you thinking? But he's the head, so he wasn't going to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go in this year. So I had to take two former Hall of Famers to be like, yo, you're going in this year.
And he didn't know. He
That
didn't
was the
know.
best part about it.
He didn't know. Like, if you saw the press conference, he was like, "So I'm gonna throw Nick Khan off the building after this." Like, if you see a guy flying off the building, don't pay no attention.
But like, dude, it's well deserved. Like
and
when I
that
was
tells you, and that
go ahead.
tells you something. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that tells you something that if he wasn't gonna do it himself, he wasn't gonna do it. So it had to take other people in the company who are like, yeah, he gonna get. We got to put him in. We got to put him in. He's not gonna do it himself. So let's just push him, throw him in there.
Like like I said, when I was growing up, I the time frame that I would stop watching wrestling.
Yeah, you 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 watch wrestling from the late period of the Attitude Era to when
Well, I
Ruthless
was
was
almost at the beginning of the Attitude Era, like right when Austin started.
okay.
Um, I mean, I know he started before the Attitude Era, but when things started, like when I
When
turned
he
it on, it
when
was
Austin 316 was red hot.
yes. I think I might have started watching it right when he started doing that gimmick, like right after like the King of the Ring, until like
So
Austin left.
he already been Austin for a minute by then.
Yeah. But 316 came out, and that's when he really started rolling.
Oh no, that's when the whole thing just
Yeah. Until basically until he
all hell
fell.
broke loose after that.
Yeah. I mean, even I even watched Michaels like when I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
316
was
was part when Michaels left
yeah.
because of all his
Mm,
problems, but I started
no,
watching it around there. But
Sean left after because Sean left after Austin beat him
okay,
because he had the
so
back
yeah,
problems.
that was where I started watching everything until basically until Austin left.
Correct.
Which, if you can say, Austin was one, if not my favorite wrestler. Um, but I hated Triple H during that time.
Me too.
At one point, I hated The Rock. That whole Rocky Maivia stint,
The Iraqi
just
die.
yeah, like. But
You
then I
didn't like the
saw
cookie cutter. You didn't like the cookie cutter version of him.
no, and not even. It's just he did his part. He made you hate him.
No,
Again,
but
he
that
did
was
his
when
part.
the Rock started talking about himself in the third
Yeah,
person.
but he knew that was going to piss people off.
That's what I'm saying earlier. That those Samoans, man, that Samoan family, they know how to work you. They know how to
So
work.
what I'm trying to get at is that Triple H, yeah, I hated him, but you got to give him his glory. The dude was what was his nickname again?
The cerebral
The
assassin.
yeah, that's what he was.
The
And
cerebral
at the
assassin
end of the day, is well deserved. Like we said, he wasn't going to do it himself. But hey, congratulations, you deserved it. You should have been in it before, even though Degeneration X is you were
should
in
have
it
been
because
there
of
years
them,
ago.
but
Should
you
have
should
been
have
there
been in it
years ago.
years ago, bro.
Yeah,
And I know you're probably not gonna watch this, but kudos to
he's not.
you.
He's
Yeah,
not.
kudos to you. Well deserved, and keep doing your thing because wrestling WWE right now is
it's
running hot.
in it's in a boom period that I haven't seen in years. I mean, the closest I would say this is getting as closest to the Attitude Era as possible. Hindsight being 2020 because now we have more media. Like you have social media now, you have the internet, which helps you grab a more bigger audience than just normal traditional media. And also, the Netflix still does not did not hurt them at all.
Hurt them.
Did not hurt them at all. On the contrary, it's just loving them with kindness and money. It's just like
It's like they had a strip club, just like, yo, here we go.
Like Floyd Money Mayweather back in the day. Just with a gun throwing money.
It's crazy. And then at
Yeah.
the same time, they have their game coming out. Like the games are back to being the games we grew up playing.
Hmm. The graphics are
The
insane this year,
graphics
though.
are insane. I mean, I
It's even better than
remember,
the 2K24. I was like,
yeah,
I was looking at the graphics and I was like, this is
I saw the
looks,
tr- I saw the trailer, and they had China come out doing her
dude.
Zuko thing,
It
and
looks like a
wow,
TV. It looks like it's TV. It looks like it's in TV now.
yeah,
I was even like because I was watching a match because I was seeing Rhea Ripley beat your favorite Punky Brewster, and I was like, where did I see this match? Because I wasn't correlating that this was a video game. I was like, when did this match happen? I was looking at it because they had the backdrop like the current Raw how it is right now in
yeah.
Netflix. Because by the way, that Raw set is now in the game. Also, the new SmackDown set is in the game. And when I was looking at it, like I don't recall this
I,
match.
I,
When
I
did Rhea
just
Ripley fought with CM Punk?
I just need one character in that game.
CM Punk.
No, he's gonna be in it no matter what.
Oh, Vader. You know that's a DLC.
It's time.
You know that's gonna be a DLC.
I'll buy it.
So I wasn't gonna buy the game because I was like another one. I already got like four of those. I
Yeah, but
got like four of them.
it's like the baseball game. I got every single one of them. Like I stopped buying like 2K,
Although
the basketball game, but the
it's already
baseball
in
game
pre-sale.
I have to.
It's already on pre-sale on
Both of
Amazon.
them
It's
are on
69
pre-sale. I
bucks.
don't like. I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
It's 69 bucks, man. Like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait the exact same thing I did for 24. Like I'll wait until it's 19 bucks.
I think that's what I'm gonna do because baseball is usually baseball gets me through until like
Oh,
August.
by the way, they're gonna add college baseball into this year's.
Yeah, they're actually adding high school baseball. So when you do like Road to the Show, which
Do they have DR baseball in it? Like the Winter League?
no,
I
so
heard I've seen some
the
I've
closest
seen
that
some
the
versions that they do.
yeah, so the closest that they came to is when they had the World Classic. When
Mm,
I forgot what year it was, but it was like the World Classic, and basically what they did was they added all the players from all these teams onto the game, and obviously all of them weren't on there because you have to you have to have permission from the player. But a lot of these teams, like they gave you like when you play like Diamond Dialis, Diamond Dynasty, um,
okay.
you were able to like get these cards from like the World Classic. So a lot of
Okay.
these players that you see on the Dodgers, because they're all going to the Dodgers, the Japanese players, they were in the game already because of
I
the World Classic. They had like a whole
mean,
thing about World Classic.
technically speaking, LA is closer to Japan than
I don't give a damn. Okay, I don't give a damn.
technically speaking, I mean, it is closer to.
Anyway, according to Kyrie Irving, the world is flat. But anyway, um,
You want to go there? You want to go to the whole Lakers Mavericks thing? You want to go there? I see it in your face. I see it.
no,
You want to go there.
nah,
You want to relish in that
that
one. You want to relish in that
there's
one.
only
You're
one
like
thing I could say about that trade.
you like
What the heck was Mavericks thinking?
that GM. Like he automatically got himself into the Crap Fest Hall of Fame.
Like at the end of time, that's going to be the worst trade ever, unless the Mavericks win a championship before AD retires. That's the only way that that trade is not going to be going down as the worst trade ever, because
That dude
it
only won one
shocked the
championship.
world.
That dude has only won one championship, and that championship has an asterisk.
And the other counterpart on the Mavericks that only won one championship was with who?
The same dude.
The same dude Luca just went to.
Like,
So, but going back to what you just said, asterisk. Listen, listen. Like they all played in the same area. So you winning that championship shouldn't have anything next to it, due
look,
to the fact
people.
that everyone played in the same conditions.
The NBA had a very crappy situation laid upon them with the COVID thing. So they had to think fast. And in order to keep something instead of having nothing, they did that. It was what it was. And it happened, and the Lakers won with no crowd. But it happened.
But
So
like you said though, it had an asterisk, and other people say too. But it's like at the end of the day, they played in the same conditions as everyone else.
it was an equal playing field,
Yeah.
basically. It was an
So
equal playing field. So there's no asterisk in it. People put the I see more of the asterisk because it wasn't a normal environment playoffs like traditionally, but again, it was a special situation due to a special time.
and no one had an upper hand. Like it was all in one spot. There's only two
Again,
championships to me that has asterisks next to them.
and those are
The Astro one and the one
and
supposedly Brady deflated the balls,
Jesus.
which was well known that he did. Other than that, everything else was even level. So anyway,
I knew Brady was gonna rear his face.
that because come on, they call it the deflate gate. There was literally players from the other team that picked up that ball and said, "Whoa, this doesn't feel right." But anyway, going back to the NBA, this literally can go down as, if not the dumbest trade in history.
And then the Miami Heat did well. I won't say hold my beer, but it was
What
more out of necessity. It
it?
was more out of necessity.
Yeah, it wasn't a hold my beer situation.
No,
Jimmy
it was a
Butler
necessity.
and Pat Riley, who's the GM of
Yeah,
the Heat, they
let's
already
just say
butted
they
heads
won't be.
from last year.
Yeah,
If
they
not,
won't be exchanging Christmas cards.
yeah, I don't think they did this year or last year either. It's just Jimmy Butler need to handle with like care. And like a lot of these prima donnas in the NBA, you got to handle with care. Now, when Jimmy
It's
Butler came
pitiful.
out with that thing saying, "Well, if I was playing, they would be home already," and when Pat Riley came out with the thing saying, "Well, if you're home and you're not on the court, you should keep your mouth shut." So Jimmy saw that as a smack in the face, and
Yeah,
it probably was going downhill before that. So
yeah. That marriage was not gonna end well.
it was messed up to begin with. So him going to the Warriors and that whole big trade. I mean,
But
can it work out?
I
Maybe,
don't think they're a
but
championship bound immediately. I don't think that.
no, I don't even think that team will win the championship. That team
Nah.
has that team what those that Warrior team won in a time where everyone was playing small ball because the center in the center position basically was just like, oh, we can put Green, who's like 6'8" there because he can guard centers. But now you got centers shooting threes. You got literally 7 footers. Look at the guy Wimbayama from the Spurs, which you probably know who he is. The dude's like
No,
7'5",
yeah, I
shooting,
know.
handling the ball like he's a point guard and shooting threes like he's like a guard or a
Dude
forward.
don't even have to jump to dunk.
No, all he does is like
He
boop and he's done. It's
goes
like it's
like
there. Yeah.
there.
So that position, because centers had to refigure out how to play the game. I mean, you still have some old school centers, and they might shoot like a three there and there, like Al Harford. He was
Hmm.
basically a down in the paint guy, just grabbing rebounds and putting them back in, or he'll shoot like a mid range jumper or something there and there. But this dude, like they had to, like the centers had to were like, yo, our position is dying. We have to figure out how to keep going. And now the game is back to it's the centers are coming back out and they're shooting threes.
I
So
mean, since they stymied the center position after they put that rule in the paint that you couldn't stand there for quite some time because that was, aka the Shaquille O'Neal rule.
well, yeah,
uh, After they did that, they pretty much like put a lock on the centers because back in the day, the centers were like a big
they were
part of the
sent. They were
game.
big, yeah.
They were a big part of the game, and their job was just to be down there, hog the ball, and block everything, and score inside the paint. And now the centers had to evolve, and now have to add outside shooting into their game. And now they're practically 7 foot point guards,
Yeah.
basically.
So I don't know what you know what I mean. So like I don't think
Okay,
the
but
Warriors are going anywhere anytime
but
soon. And I mean, and Curry's, you know, it's there. He's there. He's I think
he
36 now. Like
yeah, he's
the
not
era of
he's
basketball of like LeBron, KD, you know, Stephen Curry, all these people that came on to like our prime days, they're our age now. I mean, it's like they started
well
when we
your
were
age, not mine.
well,
I'm way older.
you're older than LeBron, but anyway, like my age.
I'm Kobe's
So
age. If Kobe was alive, he would have been my age.
so okay, my age. So when I started, like growing up, they were like we grew up together, but like I don't play basketball. So it's
Mm.
like your time is done. Like your time is coming to an end. And there's very rarely any basketball players that play over the age of 40 and can still perform.
Yeah, LeBron is like like a
LeBron
pink
LeBron
elephant.
just turned 40, but the dude spends like millions of dollars on his body.
He's
The
like the pink
diet, the
elephant.
recovery, the massages, the this and the that. And
I'll
the
give him
dude
the
is
I'll give him the dude his flowers. He has longevity up the yin yang. I think he could still go 3 more years at
easily,
this rate.
easily. I mean, the guy's I don't even know what he scored last night, but it was like
It's
it probably
insane. The
was
guy
against.
the guy is playing like he's 35.
Yeah.
He's playing like he's 35.
So at the end of the day, it's just really basically just like take care of your body and hey, guess what? You're probably gonna keep going.
I
So
mean, my old behind has still stuck in the 90s with the nostalgia, and we're not even going to go with MJ rant. That's just the league was totally different back in the day. It was a physical league. It was basically hockey with shorts. Basically,
let,
like people were getting murked
let me
left
tell
and
you
right.
what this fool did last night. Okay, this was last night against the Golden State
Who?
Warriors. LeBron,
Okay,
dude played 38 minutes at the age of 40. He scored 42 points, 17 rebounds, and he had 8 assists. Almost nearly a triple double
that's insane.
at the age of 40.
That's insane.
He was 6 from 9 from 3 pointers,
That is that is insane.
and they won 120 to 112 against the Warriors.
Did Luca play?
Luca's not gonna play. They think he'll be back Monday.
What, he hasn't passed his physical?
So Luca's been out since Christmas Day with the um, calf strain, which, if you know, those things don't heal very nicely.
Okay.
I mean, you little like think about it. Us walking, we have a calf strain. We're gonna be dying. He has to run up and down the court.
Yeah.
So
He got
he's
chunky. He got chunky. I mean, Texas. What can I say?
yeah, but I mean, still, I mean, he could the dude could ball. Like, yeah, you got a little
No doubt.
chunkier,
No doubt.
but now LeBron would be like, "Yo, I'll put $1 million into your rehab. I mean, let's get you down." Like LeBron's like, I only got a few more years
I
left in
mean,
me. I need to win another tip.
I know we already you already mentioned it, but what the hell was Dallas thinking? What the
That
hell were they thinking?
that's another. It's almost like another like Jimmy Butler, Pat Riley deal, and you can
Yeah,
see
but
it going around. Like Luca and his GM were not like on speaking terms by the time this deal was done. Like
how do you cannibalize your best player?
because they thought they got something back that's gonna, but they didn't even realize that this dude is 7 years older than Luca. AD only probably has maybe a good another 4 years left in him if he can stay on the court.
This has got to go down in history as the
Now they
worst
both have
trade.
like injury histories and all that, but you traded Trey Young at the draft to get this dude.
God.
Like you drafted Trey Young, and then Atlanta drafted him, and you guys swapped picks because Atlanta wanted Trey Young, and like so like yeah, this whole trading during the draft, the dude was like, "What are you doing? Like he's 25 years old. Yeah, he has problems, but you stick by a 25-year old that basically carries your team to the playoffs every single year, and he doesn't
Um
have the like he has a great supporting cast before he got Irving, but what are you thinking? Like Irving's not going to be there forever either. He's up there in age too.
I'm just going to say this. I'm Mark Cuban. He's still the majority owner of the Mavericks, right? He's still the
I think
majority owner.
he's. I think he is a majority. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but he must be like a majority owner of the team, right? If I'm Mark Cuban, I'm gonna give this experiment, and I'm being like nice. I'm gonna be very very nice, and this is my mostly my ignorance because I've been out of the NBA game for a minute. I'm gonna give this experiment a couple of years. You can tell me if I'm being good or not.
They're 30. They're both 32 years old.
Okay, I'll give this experiment a season then. I'll give this a season, a full season. This one don't count because we're barely getting close to the half of the season now. The All Star game is almost upon us. We're gonna give this experiment a season. If it don't work out in a season, I will fire that GM's behind oh so damn quickly for doing the biggest fap in the history of trades in all of sports. Like, how do you cannibalize your best player? How do you do that? Like, you had your future franchise player there, and you cannibalize him for a guy that is like 7 years older. Like, where's the
Okay,
logic in that?
sorry to interrupt you, but Mark Cuban is no longer the majority owner of the Mavericks.
Oh, so he has no say.
He only owns 27% of them. He sold it. He
Uh,
sold 73% to another to like this family.
okay, well. That's that. Anyway,
So
that's that
he,
then. Okay,
yeah,
that's that. That's that. Uh, I do want to say a few things because we're almost in the hour mark. Uh, what are the things I was going to say? Oh yeah, saw the Fantastic Four trailer. The thing made me cry, and in the best of ways because it is like watching a Jack Kirby drawing of the thing, walking and talking. The design is immaculate. It is perfect. Perfection. That's exactly how the thing is supposed to look like. Don't ever change the design. Keep it as is. Everything that they've done before in the past was garbage, including the Fantastic Four from the 2000s, which was the okayish one till this point. But this design of the thing is chef's kiss. And I'm gonna be out of money in July because that movie's gonna come out in July with the Superman movie and that movie. This brother here is gonna be out of money. I ain't gonna have money because I was gonna go in the movie theater. AMC movie theaters. I'm gonna fleece me.
oh man,
I don't know what to do. And Lord knows if my wife and daughter are already here by then, oh Lord have mercy. That's where I'm really screwed. That's why I gotta consider OnlyFans.
I told you to start selling those pics, those feet, man.
My feet don't cut it, man. My feet don't cut it for that. Unless you got some weird fetishes.
So, yo, the way that the look at Minkia's uses fetishes. You don't think
Oh
there's
Lord.
people
No,
out
no,
there?
no, no, let's not go there. Let's
Look
not
at
go
Diddy.
there. Oh Lord. I ain't got no $10 billion to waste on baby oil. I work in the private sector for God's sake. They don't pay me in baby oil. They don't pay me in baby oil. Like how many baby oils do you want?
Oh
Oh, no, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'll be like, don't be a minute. There's a lady in the counter. Give me my money. Give me money.
man. Don't ask why. The Reverend has a nice car.
Oh God. Don't ask no questions. And give me the money. Which we should say to YouTube one day when this thing starts blowing up. Anyways, so yeah, looking forward to the Fantastic Four, due to that trailer. Apparently, the reviews so far of the screenings that they've done to the movie so far is that it's gold, is return to form for Marvel. So I am willing to see it. I want to see it. Fantastic Four is the one of the OGs in the comic book business, and it's been a minute since it's been done right in movie theater. And when I say it's been a minute, I mean that it's never been done right. There've been attempts to it, but it's never been done right. So hopefully Marvel finally got the winning formula to do the Fantastic Four. I think they did because they did the origin story. They're going to do the origin story where it actually began in the '60s. So they're going to take it back into the time where the Fantastic Four actually, were popular, and how that story actually makes sense. So kudos for that. Also, got news regarding Robert Downey Jr. And his role as Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Apparently, those are going to be one and dones. So basically, they're going to film those two movies, I think, back to back, like they did, with Avengers Endgame, and so it's a one and done for him. So it's just gonna be like a one off. So apparently, if they want to continue the Doctor Doom story, they're going to have to pick someone else, and it's justifiable because since now we have this multiverse thing, you can pretty much pick anybody to be any role. So, and you can also bring other people back from other universes. So if they want to recast Captain America, for example, they can get someone else. So this opens the door for a lot of things, basically. So the sky's the limit for the creativity. And I think Marvel finally found a way how to have their cake and eat it too, in the sense of they can continue the stories without necessarily setting up the reboot button, because you already have an investment of over, damn, it's been since 2008 when the Marvel Universe started, right?
Has it been that
Yeah,
long? I thought it
yeah.
was. Wow.
Two, 2008, 2008, 2009, around that area. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a while since the Marvel Universe has been around. And since you don't want to like sacrifice all that goodwill that you earned so far, like this is a good way to keep on the story going. Like have a multiverse and just go somewhere else, in the multiverse. And I'm like, okay, so this happened here. We conclude that nice bow and arrow here. Let's go now somewhere else and keep telling the story somewhere from other perspective. It's kind of tied into what we've already told, but not really necessary. So we have another Tony Stark who was alive and well. He's a lot younger. He's a lot younger, and you can continue the story from there. And so I think Marvel found a way of having how to have their cake and eat it too. So kudos on Marvel. Hoping that the Superman movie is good. I know people are complaining about that last trailer with the camera stuck on Superman's face, and they say, "Oh, his face looks weird." Well, it was the angle of the camera. There was no, CGI in the face of the dude. This is a shot that James Gunn has done before. He did it in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I'm hoping that DC does good just for the sake of there actually being decent competition. Because it's been just Marvel on top and DC just eating the scrub. It is what it is, with the
Yeah.
exception of Peacemaker. Although with these new series that they're releasing on HBO, like Creature Commandos, Peacemaker that's coming out with season 2 now, very soon. Uh, I'm hoping that DC finally starts, doing what it's supposed to do, because DC has a lot of cool characters, a lot of cool history, and I trust that James Gunn is going to be the guy that's finally going to take DC to the promised land. So here's fingers crossed that he does so. He does so. So with that being said, let's just call it a wrap for today. Thank you for watching and listening to this diatribe of two guys just shooting the breeze. And if you got anything out of this, well, you're better than I am, because I don't know what the hell I just.
Hey, listen, we shoot the breeze. That's all we do. So,
Yeah, you just hear like an involuntary participant and just listening to us shoot.
and we appreciate that.
Remember our TeePublic store. Sorry, always like 35% off. So there's always something for you to get. So go get it. Give us
No
money.
ask, no questions.
Give us money. Just give us money. No, not even ask questions. Just give us the money. Like we're modeling right now. Like I
Yeah,
got something right
man.
here. I got
This
something right
logo,
there.
seeing it in a bigger form on the shirts.
Yeah, yeah. So we're promoting. So in order so you can promote us as well. So help us, please.
There's other things other than shirts. You got cell phone cases, you got stickers, hats, as you can see.
Yeah. So there's a lot of product out there. So please get something and enjoy it. Also, remember our website, huskybybluepod.com, social media, that area Duran, Johnny Boy 8426 on Instagram, no Twitter, thank God. Uh,
Husky Babu Media on Instagram.
oh, yeah, that too. So, thank you for watching and listening. This has been the Husky Baboos. This has been Ariel.
And Jonathan.
Take care.
Peace out.
Bye.
Have a good week or weekend.